right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the Brighton Hot Dog Shop. They are brightening your morning. Sam McKinney, the manager here, is going to tell you about some of these great specials in a moment. But it was a real special treat for me to meet the woman that brought him into this world. No, anyway, Lucille McKinney, a pride of industry who now resides in Florida. Talk to me about your mother and the great history. You know how much I love East Liverpool. About her family who came from England to get into the pottery business. Chase, who's shooting this for us, get in a little bit closer here so we can hear Sam. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, my mom come over, my grandmother come over on a boat from England, and they had the potteries going on over there, so they built camp in East Liverpool, Ohio, where the pottery capital of the United States was at the time, and both my mom, all my uncles, everybody worked at the pottery. That's what they grew up to do.
Here's a great story. I just like meeting people at the hot dog shop. And Shirley was here to get her order just a while ago, and we got talking. Wonderful, wonderful woman who managed at various convenience stores for years. And we were talking. She actually worked at one of the originals, the Sheetses, up there in Beaver Falls 25 years ago. My friend Steve Sheets is doing a whole lot better, a little bit of a medical setback, and I'm happy for that. And I know he's going to be enjoying the Masters this weekend on CBS. But your father is from Beaver Falls, and he had a number of service stations, and he worked at Crucible Steel. So how many service stations at one time did he have?
Altogether, he had 4 at one time. Yeah.
And his mom did the books.
Yeah.
How long were they married?
62 years till he died. Yeah.
Let me just tell you something. He's very shy on camera, but when you're out with him, he loves to talk. He loves to talk to the customers. But the only person that could out-talk him was Lucille the other night. I think he got one word in, but it was great to see her, and she's a lovely lady.
Yes, she is.
All right, tell the folks about what you do for breakfast here.
All right, we have awesome breakfast. We have the greatest omelets around. We got some great pancakes, French toast. We have other specials. The eggs are awesome here also. Sausage and bacon's top notch. Everything's good. Everybody knows about how great the coffee is here. So the breakfast is doing good, and come on in and eat some breakfast. We have it Monday through Saturday to 11 o'clock, and Sunday we serve it till 1.
By the way, you neglected to say, you get a couple of those Brighton hot dog shop wieners chopped up into scrambled eggs, man, it's nothing better than that.
That's a great idea. That's something brand new. Frankie's Wake Up Special.
Yeah, right?
All right, Samuel, thank you, sir.
All right, my pleasure, Rob, thanks.
All right, let's go to work. 94 golfers in this field, and it'll start first thing tomorrow morning. It's the Masters. Many of them from the European Tour, obviously the PGA Tour. But breaking news, Dustin Johnson, #1 player in the world. Great. Now don't laugh, but I know it's kind of ironic, but I hope he can play.
I hope he can play too, but it's kind of an interesting and strange twist on things. The guy kind of falls down steps or fell off of something and jammed his back up pretty good. And when you've got a creaky back, especially walking those hills in Augusta, that's not going to be easy. It's a tough test on you physically as you wear through the week. So it's going to be tough for him, especially if he's on painkillers and things like that. Well, that's going to be a tough weekend.
Cal Porter, CBS Sports, writing earlier today, he believes the winner will be Rory McIlroy. He said the win, obviously, practice rounds today suspended, yesterday suspended, the par 3, competition, everything because of the weather today. It's really been crazy. They've even had the possibility of tornadoes down there as well in Augusta. But he believes the rib injury doing better, but the wind could actually help him push it a little bit more. That may re-aggravate that rib injury, but he looks for Rory McIlroy to claim his first Masters.
Yeah, I guess you can't blame him on that, but it's interesting when you have that weather like that. If you get those storms all out of there, usually you get a few calm days in behind them. So, it could be one of those days where, but the disappointing part is that heavy rain that's come in. Now the greens aren't going to be as lightning fast as you tend to think of them at the Masters.
All right, Dustin Johnson, we were talking about if he can play our 4s, and he has 2 top 10 finishes in the last couple of years there. So Dustin Johnson, if he can get there and be healthy, the first tee, he'll be okay.
Yeah, and it's interesting. In your notes here, you talked about the par 5s being like par 4s, but you got to keep in mind they're that way for everybody. So it's not like only the younger guys are playing those holes that way. With the technology and equipment now, those it's really a par 69 golf course now.
Hey, by the way, Alex Childs, who I was talking about earlier today, he'll attest to this. One of the best teaching young pros anywhere. Also plays a mean game of tennis too. Just a wonderful guy. Couldn't join us tonight. He had a family dinner, but tomorrow night when I'm at Legacy Studios in East Liverpool, he'll be on the AT&T Sports Line talking about the first round of the Masters. So that is definitely something you're going to want to tune in for tomorrow night.
Tough life Alex must have had. Not growing up, you get to play golf, you get to play tennis. I mean,
he's a quiet guy, but I've talked to people. They said he is an amazing golfer and a great. The thing that they really liked about him is his ability to teach, and he's a wonderful club pro, and we love Fox Chapel, so we're looking forward to having him, and also Sunday on the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show. But this Terrell Hatton is a 60-to-1 underdog, but he's the best player in the world that nobody knows about. This according to Cal Porter. This guy's the 15th rated player in the world, and no one's ever heard of him. So how good is this guy? Pretty good.
Unfortunately, Rob, I'm one of those guys who's had not ever heard of him really until this week. So I can't give you a whole lot of rundown on the guy. But we talked earlier. I kind of like the Spaniard. That's Brom, John Brom, who I think is going to be really an interesting cat. And this is his maiden voyage at Augusta. Should be interesting.
John Rahm, who learned to speak English listening to Kendrick Lamar and other rappers, and he's only 22 years of age, and I know the great 75 Steros is looking down saying, let's go, let's get one for the home country. That would be nice. Rory McIlroy, Ricky Fowler, Mark Leishman, Paul Casey, Justin Thomas, those are the five that he sees finishing in the first five.
Yeah, kind of like the usual suspects nowadays. I mean, those are the guys right now. So, and you can kind of maybe throw a blanket over those guys and just see who comes down to the back nine on Sunday. That's when the tournament generally takes shape.
All right, now, he said the lowest round will be 65, winning score 276, which is 12 under, and the winner for Sunday's round will be 70. So your thoughts on those three statistics?
That would be unusual in my mind that you're going to win that golf tournament shooting just a 70 there, which is only one under par. I would think that you're going to need a rally and come from in that pack, because there's generally going to be a pack on Sunday, and somebody's going to have to just kind of shoot lights out. I'm thinking maybe that last round is going to have to be that 66, 65, something like that.
Here's the amazing thing that he predicts. Jordan Spieth is going to go right for the pin on the 12th hole, and because of the crazy weather, drop it in the water because he's trying to prove, kind of like Kim Cup, everyone that they're wrong about last year. Hey, no guts, no glory.
No guts, no glory. But man, I mean, it's not like he's going to hit it really far. It's a 150-yard shot. But once you plop one in there, I got to believe Jordan Spieth's going to get there, and all of those flashbacks are going to come back. He's thinking, oh man, am I going to dunk one again?
All right, Pirates, Boston tonight, Fenway Park. By the time you see this, underway, 93.7 The Fan. Chris Sale, first time with Boston in that Red Sox uniform. Last year, a White Sox, and his record was 17-10. With a 3.34 ERA, 223 Ks. And speaking of Ks, he struck out 3 times, including once with the bases loaded. Andrew McCutcheon 0 for 4. Boy, I just hope he shows up and has a good game.
As do I, and I think this could be the time when he's going to maybe get off and get those critics off his back a little bit, have a nice game tonight, because that 0 for 4 to start the season was a tough way to begin. Interesting, though, you talk about these guys that pitch in the American League. Chris Sale had 27 decisions last year. I don't change pitchers in the American League, right?
No pitch count.
For sake, you just get everybody just goes out and you just stay in the game. That's a lot of decisions in one season.
Sale, by the way, a 5-time All-Star. And Francisco Cervelli got a double the other night. You know, him, of course, and I saw the great TV ad on the Allegheny Health Network, the Highmark Healthcare Company, and our friend Dr. Patrick DeMeo, you know, checking them out. And that's just a good sign, especially you got 2 Italians in the same commercial, which is an even better thing. But he's healthy, and if you can keep him healthy, you are definitely headed in the right direction, because he is much more than an offensive threat, because he's helping these young pitchers, guys like Jameson Taillon, who's going to be getting the start tonight. So it's a good thing to have him back.
It is really good, and especially when you have Chris Stewart, who's a little bit banged up. So Cervelli's going to have to take the brunt of those starts during the early part of the season. Real quick, though, Rob, you mentioned Pat DeMeo. You know, his son plays at Pitt. And Pitt with a victory in the 100th baseball game between Pitt and Penn State last night. Pitt with a 3-2 victory.
I'll tell you the story again. He was 10 years of age, and I used to play catch with him in the backyard. And when he would leave, I would literally hold my hand to my heart because it hurt so bad, because he brought so much heat at the age of 10 years. He's just a great kid. Of course, his wonderful mom and dad as well, and his sister. Love that family. Okay, now, I want to talk about Jameson Taillon. Second pick, amateur draft, 2010. He's had some issues, obviously. Last year, 5-4, 18 starts, 3.38 ERA, 85 Ks. Forget about all of that. He's coming back off the injury, Tommy John. Hopefully he's going to be strong, and they need that big 6'5" right-hander to get off on the right foot.
I agree. And a lot of people are saying that he really is the better of the pitchers on this staff. It's hard to believe anybody's going to be better than Cole. Cole was really good the other day. He went 4 2/3, unhittable. and then he just kind of hit that bump in the road. All of a sudden, his ERA looks like it's a monster. But he's going to be fine. But if you get those two guys at the top, if Tyler can be what these people are predicting, the Pirates could be a team to be reckoned with.
Also, Ivan Nova will start the home opener 105 on Friday against Atlanta. News Radio 1020 KDK 93.7 The Fan all morning long right up until the first pitch. Going to be an exciting day. Hopefully you've got tickets to get to the ballpark, but you can listen to the game on 93.7 The Fan. Chris Letang's going to be watching a lot of hockey because herniated disc. He's out for the playoffs. That is a big blow for the Pittsburgh Penguins.
And you're really talking 4 to 6 months. I mean, that's going to lap into next season for this guy. It's funny. He's only 30 years old, Rob, but to have an injury like that and to go through the rehab that you have to undergo in order to get this, you're going to be lucky to see him by Christmas time next year.
Penn soared past slumping Columbus last night, 4-1. It gives him the inside track on the home ice advantage. Matt Murray, 38 stops, and Patrick Winfrey has picked up number 20. Gensel was 14th, and Carter Walney is second. And Brian Dumoulin got his first. Penn's at Jersey at the Prudential Center tomorrow. Now, here's the big thing. No Olympics for the NHL. Alexander Ovechkin, who I love, said he's going. Sidney Crosby says he hopes he works it out. But I'm looking at this from Gary Bettman and the owners, like the Penguins, from that point of view. I know how much they love their country, and I love the Olympics, but I don't want my studs skating unless they're skating for me. That's my opinion, and from an agent's point of view, when you sign one of these guys on the dotted line, they're making millions of dollars. A gold medal is wonderful, and we love representing our country, but boy, you're putting a lot at risk there.
Well, you're right, and you and I talked about this with the players that were playing in the World Cup leading up to this season, and to put those guys in that intense environment in the middle of the season just doesn't make sense from an owner's perspective. But it kind of makes you wonder, Rob, did these owners really do this as a collective bargaining type thing where they're going to relent on that position in order to get something back from the Players Association while they're in that negotiation process? Or was this really just a position that they were saying, look, we don't want to give up that 2 weeks out of our season in the height of the season when our arenas are basically empty other than the NBA?
All right, final thing, Greg Diolisi, of course, the manager, Drew Kuzmark at Black and Gold Sunday Show. And tomorrow night, Ted Arnaud and I are going to talk more from Legacy Studios. He'll be on the 18th Sports Line about the NFL. Tony Romo is out and done. He's going to become CBS Sports #1 analyst. Where's my man Phil Sims going?
That's a good question. And the other thing is, how do you plug a guy in that we've never seen do a football game yet? I'm assuming there were a lot of rehearsals, some studio things to make sure this guy knows how to call a football game, because I haven't seen it yet, and he's not the greatest of linguists.
Well, I wish him the best of luck. Tony Romo is a guy who's had a lot of injuries, speaking of bad backs and necks, so I want him to be okay. But I'm going to tell you right now, Phil Sims was an all-star. I mean, he was a great quarterback, but he was fantastic at analyzing football, so hopefully, I'm sure we'll find something for him.
Yeah, I guess he'll be their #2 guy, or perhaps go back into the studio.
There you go.
It could be, what you're going to see there.
He could always come on the Kuzmark and Black and Gold Sunday.
Yeah, well, he'd be
Him and
a
Teddy'd be
welcome guy.
great. Him and Teddy'd be great. But so is Jay Cutler now the #1 guy out there, veteran quarterback? Is it Houston might be looking at him?
I guess that's the guy that's still available. Did RG3 sign somewhere already? No. I mean, to me, he struggled in Cleveland. I agree, but he got hurt in Cleveland. That guy was a stud when he started at the Redskins, and then he got dinged up. My money would be to RG3 as opposed to Cutler, but yeah, if Cutler's on the market, and you want a guy as a steadying influence and probably a Bill O'Brien type quarterback, you're looking at David Cutler.
And don't forget, folks, when you want good sports, local sports, right here, the Beaver Allegheny County Times is the way to go. And I'll tell you, if you're a fan of the law enforcement locally, nice story, front page, never get any good news, but the Beaver County Times gave some good news today. When it comes to law enforcement, average crime rate drops 12%, and that's a good news story. All right, folks, have yourself a great rest of the night. We're coming back in a little bit, paying tribute to Gino DeMarco. His big 25th anniversary roast coming up at the beautiful Pittsburgh Marriott North in Cranberry. For Greg Diolis, I'm Rob Pratte. Good night.